Good morning, students. Yesterday we read the chapter The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse from the book Snapshot. This is chapter number 1. And we read in the first 3 pages that this is a story of Geroglanian people. There are two members of the Geroglanian family, and these two are cousins. These are boys, and their names are Aram and Murad. And these two people, they always had a keen desire to go for horse riding. And one day, this boy Murad, who was 13 years old, he came to Aram's house, and he was on a horse, and he wanted him also, means he was offering a horse ride to Aram also. Aram was asked to come out of the house, and it was 4 a.m. in the morning, before dawn, and Murad wanted Aram to get a horse ride. But Aram had his own doubts. He wanted to know from where Murad had got, or how he managed to get a horse for horse ride. And all the answers, all the questions, they were actually the answers were not given to all the questions which were asked by Aram. And Murad wanted to hide something from him, and at last he convinced him that they couldn't do anything illegal. And Aram also got convinced that as a Geroglanian member, or a member of Geroglanian family, they couldn't do anything bad, or they could not steal anything, and to get a horse for a horse ride could not be thought to be a theft. It could not be called a stealing. And because they always had the intention to return the horse to the owner, the rightful owner of the horse. And then we also got to know that something was really crazy in the character of Murad, when he started singing, it was more of a roaring. It was not like a song. He had not have a good voice. It was not melodious, and they enjoyed their horse riding. And now what actually happened? Something was told about his uncle Khosrov. Now, he had an uncle whose name was Khosrov, and Khosrov was a very impatient man. He never paid attention to others, and he always tried to, you can say, stop anybody from speaking, and he was always trying to stop others, and he was saying the same line, it is no harm, pay no attention to it. This was his favorite, these were his favorite words whenever he wanted to stop anybody from speaking. And he was an impatient, irritable man. He had the largest mustache in the San Joaquin Valley. This is page number 3, the second last paragraph. I am reading from the very first line. That was all, no matter what anybody happened to be talking about. Once it was his own Arak running 8 blocks to the barber's shop where his father was having his mustache trimmed, to tell him their house was on fire. Once what happened? Some years ago, this man, Uncle Khosrov, he was sitting in a barber's shop, and he was getting his mustache or hair trimmed. At that very time, his son, whose name was Arak, his son Arak came running to him, and he told him that their house was on fire and they need to save it from fire. उनके घर में आग लगी है. Now this man, Uncle Khosrov, sat up in the chair and roared, "It's no harm, pay no attention to it." Means somebody was telling him, his son was telling him that his house was on fire, and he said, "It's no harm, pay no attention to it." कोई बात नहीं, जलने दो. The barber said, "But the boy says your house is on fire." So Khosrow roared, "Enough, it's no harm. I say it's no harm, pay no attention to it." Means he was such an irritable character. He is such an impatient man that he never wanted to listen to others. He always wanted to silence others by saying, "It's no harm, pay no attention to it." And this shows that he was the best example of the crazy streak which was present in the character of Geroglanian people. And he was the best example of that crazy streak. My cousin Murad was considered the natural descendant of this man, and maybe his cousin means Aram's cousin Murad was actually the best example, or maybe he had got all the characteristics and features from Uncle Khosrow, because he also had that crazy streak in his character. Although Murad's father was Zorab, who was practical and nothing else. Means, although maybe there is a difference that Murad's father was not having that crazy streak in him and he was very practical and nothing else. That is how it was in our tribe. A man could be the father of his son's flesh, but that did not mean that he was also the father of his spirit. This is very important, that he actually wanted to tell us, Aram, the narrator, wants to tell us that it is not necessary that if you are somebody's father or if you have a blood relation with somebody, maybe your physical features could be similar, but it is not necessary that your thoughts, your spirit should also be similar, should also match with each other. The distinct distribution of the various kinds of spirit in our tribe had been from the beginning capricious and vagrant. Please underline these two words, capricious and vagrant. Capricious here means changing, means it was varying, means always changing, always quickly having a variation in it. And vagrant here means unsettled, means he actually wanted to tell us, Aram wants to tell us, that the spirit of their tribe, means the people and their characteristics and their behavior, was always changing with the passage of time. Means they had various kind of characters in them and characteristics and features in them, and it was always unsettled. But maybe the crazy streak was to be there forever. It was to be found. We rode and my cousin Murad sang. Means again they were riding on the horse, and his cousin Murad, he started singing. For all anybody knew, we were still in the old country, where at least according to some of our neighbors we belonged, we let the horse run as long as it felt like running. Now this is page number 4. What actually happened? We rode and my cousin Murad sang. Now his cousin Murad started singing. They were riding on the horse. For all anybody knew, we were still in the old country. Means still they were in the old country. Old country means in the parts of the villages which were established a long ago. At least according to some of our neighbors, we belonged. Means he was told by his neighbors that this part of this area belongs to their tribe. We let the horse run as long as it felt like running, because it actually belonged to Garogulenian people. They were enjoying these rides without any limits of the area. जहाँ भी घोड़ा जाना चाहता था, they let it run. At last, my cousin Murad said, "Get down. I want to ride alone." Now, Aram had a desire that he wanted to have a lone solo ride. He did not want to share the horse with Murad anymore. He wanted that Murad should give a solo ride to Aram also. Will you let me ride alone? I asked. Means it was asked by Aram. This is up to the horse, my cousin said. Get down. Means he said Murad told him that it was actually according to the wish of the horse. If horse would let him ride, then he could. The horse will let me ride, I said. He said, Aram said that horse would be, you can say, agreeing, and he would give his consent and he would let him ride on it. We shall see, he said. Don't forget that I have a way with the horse. Now this is very important. This is the part of his crazy streak. Now Murad was always going to repeat these words in the chapter, that he had a way, or he has a way with these things. So he says that I have a way with a horse. Have a way with means to have a talent, means to deal with something. He had the talent to deal with, he could handle the horses. So he says because he could handle the horses, that is why the horse let him ride on it, but maybe or may not be it was possible for Aram to get a solo ride. Well, I said, anyway, you have with a horse, I have also. Means if you can handle the horses, I can also handle, Aram said. For the sake of your safety, he said, let us hope so. Get down. And then the chance was given by Murad to Aram. All right, I said, but remember, you have got to let me try to ride alone. But Murad said, but remember that I also want to have a solo ride. Okay, I got down and my cousin Murad kicked his heels into the horse and shouted, Wazire, run. The horse stood on its hind legs, snorted, and burst into a fury of speed. That was the loveliest. That was the loveliest thing I had ever seen. Now, what actually happened here? I got down and my cousin Murad kicked. Now, before giving a chance to Aram, Murad wanted to have a solo ride himself, and he started a horse ride alone, and he shouted Wazire run, and he kicked his heels into the stomach of the horse, and he started, means the horse started running, got into a fury of speed. And this was a lovely picture to be seen by Aram was really enjoying, he was getting pleasure out of looking at the horse riding that was done by Murad. He really enjoyed it when Murad was taking the horse ride and the horse was running. My cousin Murad raced the horse across a field, means the horse was taken by Murad through the dry grass to an irrigation ditch, crossed the ditch to on the horse. Now, what is the meaning of ditch? Ditch generally means narrow channels for water, जिसको हम नाली बोलते हैं. So this was a narrow channel from where the water could move. So through these irrigation ditches, through dry grass, and through these fields, खेतों से होता हुआ crossed the ditch on the horse, and 5 minutes later returned dripping wet. Dripping wet means he was completely full of sweat. He was sweating a lot, and he came back after 5 minutes. The sun was coming up. Now it's my turn to ride, I said. Now, Aram said that you have got your solo ride. Now this is my turn, and please give me the horse. Now, my cousin Murad got off the horse. Ride, he said, and he gave the horse to Aram. I leaped to the back of the horse and for a moment knew the most awful fear imaginable. The horse did not move. Now, what actually happened? Aram leaped back, means he jumped. Leaped here means jumped. He jumped to the back of the horse, and for a moment he really got excited. He actually had that fear that he never had imagined. Unimaginable fear was, you can say, was suffered, or maybe he, for the first time, he felt that unimaginable fear. The horse did not move, and Aram noticed that the horse was not moving at all. He was trying to move it, and the horse was stable. He was staying at a same place. Kick into his muscles, his cousin Murad said. Now, Murad gave him some of the suggestions. He said that he needs to kick the muscles of the horse. What are you waiting for? We have got to take him back before everybody in the world is up and about. Means before anybody would, you can say, get up. Before getting up, before waking up of the people, they need to get the horse to a safe place, because they did not want to show it to anybody, because they want to hide this fact that they had a horse. I kicked into the muscles to the horse. Once again it reared and snorted, and then Aram at last kicked his heels into the muscles of the horse. Once again it reared. Reared means it actually came back and it started snorting. Then it began to run. I did not know what to do. Instead of running across the field to the irrigation ditch, the horse ran down the road to the vineyard of Dikram Halabia, where it began to leap over vines. Now, this is very important, that he could not control the horse, because it was his first ride ever. And when Aram was taking this ride, he was not able to control the horse, and the horse, which had to go towards the irrigation ditches, it started moving to the opposite direction, and he went towards the vineyard of Dikram Halabia, where it began to leap over vines, where it started leaping. Leaping means it started jumping over the vines, over the orchards, over the long, you can say, plants. The horse leaped over 7 vines before I fell. And then, after jumping for 7 times, Aram was thrown on the ground and the horse ran away. घोड़ा चला गया. Then it continued running. Means horse was nowhere to be found and Aram was thrown on the ground. My cousin Murad came running down the road. Now his cousin Murad was running towards him. He wanted to know where the horse was. I'm not worried about you, he shouted. We have got to get the horse. Now he was not worried about what happened or maybe he would have injured or not. Means Aram was safe and healthy or not, but he wanted to know where the horse was. He was more worried about horse, not about Aram. You got this way and I'll go this way. If you come up upon him, be kindly, I'll be near. Now, be kindly here means don't do anything silly. Means if you get the horse anywhere, this was the instruction given by Murad to Aram. Murad told him or asked him not to do anything silly. If he would get the horse anywhere, he had to tell this fact to Murad. And I'll be near means I'll come. I continued down the road and my cousin Murad went across the field towards the irrigation ditch. Means we started, you can say, a search for him. We started searching the horse in different directions. It took him half an hour to find the horse and bring him back. Means at last, for after half an hour, we took 30 minutes and we got the horse back. All right, he said, jump on. The whole world is awake now. Now, all right, he said, jump on. The whole world is awake now means this was said by Murad. Murad wanted Aram to jump on the horse and both of them, they had to take the horse to a safe place. What will we do? I said. Means this was asked by Aram that what they are going to do with the horse. Well, he said, we'll either take him back or ride him until tomorrow morning. Means we have two options. Either we can take the horse back to some place or we can enjoy riding these rides for or maybe until tomorrow we can continue our rides. He did not sound worried and I knew he would hide him and not take him back, not for a while at any rate. Now this is very important because these lines actually gave a kind of hint and clue that Murad was taking these rides for a long time and it was not his first ride because he was very casual in his behavior and he was not worried at all. He was not anxious and he was giving answers to Aram's questions very easily. Where we will hide him? Now, Aram was asking him again and again where they were going to hide this horse. I know a place, he said. Now, Murad, very, you can say, without any kind of worry, he replied that he knew a place. How long ago did you steal this horse? I said. At last, this is again very important. Aram asked a very straightforward question from Murad. He wanted to know from how long did he steal the horse? For how long he was taking these horse rides? It suddenly dawned on me. Now, this is very important word, dawned on. Dawned on means he understood. It suddenly dawned on me that he had been taking these early morning rides for some time. He understood. Aram had a clue that maybe this was not the first day when these rides were taken by Murad. Murad was taking these rides and enjoying these rides for a long time, maybe for so many days, and had come for me this morning only. And he knew that maybe only that morning he was offered a ride by Murad. But Murad was taking these rides for a long time because he knew how much I longed to ride. Because Murad had an idea that Aram also was having a keen desire to have these horse rides, and that is why he had come on that day only, but he was hiding something and he was taking these rides for a long time. Who said anything about stealing a horse? He said. Now, this was said by Murad. Murad said, you cannot say, who says that I have stolen this horse? This horse is not stolen. Anyhow, I said, how long ago did you begin riding every morning? Then he changed the question. Aram said, okay, I am not asking you that when did you steal this horse, but tell me how long ago did you begin these rides? Means for how long have you been taking these rides on this horse? I'm not blaming you for you can say stealing this horse. Now he changed the question. Not until this morning, he said. But Murad replied again very straightforwardly, and he said that this was the first day when he was taking these rides. Are you telling the truth? I said. This was asked by Aram again. Aram said, was he telling the truth? Of course not, he said. But if we are found out, that is what you are to say. Now this is very important. At last, Murad gave a hint and he said that no, this was not his first ride at all. He was taking these rides for last many days. But if they would be caught with the horse, this is to be given as the answer. This reply should be given by Aram if they would be caught. I don't want both of us to be liars. Again, very important. He says that we both don't have to be liars. We don't have to say lies. Why? All you know is that we started riding this morning only. Don't be a liar. Murad told Aram that he does not have to give, you can say, reply full of lies. That is why, because he knew that this was the first day when they were taking these rides, so this reply should be given by Aram if they will be caught by somebody. And because he knew only this much, and he did not have to know more. All right, I said. He walked the horse quietly to the barn of a deserted vineyard, which at one time had been the pride of a farmer named Fetwajia. There were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn. And then what they did, they very quietly took the horse to a deserted vineyard. Deserted here means a place, you can say, which is generally not seen by people, which is always a lonely place. A lonely place would be called as deserted. And barn here means a store for some food grains. So there was a storehouse in a deserted, in a lonely vineyard, which at one time had been the pride, which was owned by a farmer named Fetwajia some years ago, but it was now a deserted place. Nobody comes there. There were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn, and inside that barn, inside that storehouse, there were some, you can say, crops like oats and dry alfalfa, and they could hide the horse inside that barn. We began walking home, and then hid the horse inside the barn, and they started coming towards their home back. It wasn't easy, he said, to get the horse to behave so nicely. And then Murad shared his thoughts with Aram. Murad told him that it was not easy to make the horse behave in such a nice manner. It was really a tough task to control the horse. At first, it wanted to run wild, but I have told you, I have a way with the horse. He told Aram that it was really a very hard task to control the horse, and it was always running wild. Means it was a wild horse. It was not easily tamed by anybody, easily controlled by anybody. But he says that he had a way with horse, means he could deal with horses. He could manage to make them behave in a good way. I can get it to want to do something I want it to do. Horses understand me. And then he told him, Murad said that whatever he wanted to be done by the horses were ready to do for Murad, and horses understands him. How do you know? How do you do it? I said. And at last, Aram asked him that how he was able to control these horses very easily. I have an understanding with a horse, he said. He said that he had that understanding with the horses. Yes, but what sort of an understanding? I said. Aram asked what sort of understanding he had with horses. A simple and honest one, he said. Well, I said, means Aram said, he also wished he knew how to reach an understanding like that with a horse. Means he always wished that he also wanted to have this understanding, or he wanted to control the horses like Murad was understanding and controlling them. You are still a small boy, he said. When you get to be 13, you will know how to do it. But Aram was told by Murad. Murad tells him that because he was only 9 years old at that time, and when he would reach up to the age of Murad, he would also be able to control the horses. He would start learning a lot of things like Murad, because Murad was 13 years old at that time and he was quite young. I went home and ate a hearty breakfast, and after that, they both went back home and they were getting their breakfast. That afternoon, my uncle Khosrow came to our house for coffee and cigarettes. Now, that afternoon only, Aram was Aram's house was visited by Khosrow. His uncle Khosrow came to his house for some coffee and cigarettes just to enjoy himself. He sat in the parlor, means in the, you can say, drawing room, and sipping and smoking and remembering the old country. Means he was always enjoying to think about the past time. And this man, Uncle Khosrow, he came, he sat in the parlor, and he was sipping and smoking, and he was thinking about the past. Then another visitor arrived, a farmer named Bairo, John Bairo, an Assyrian, who, out of loneliness, had learned to speak Armenian. Now, there is another character in the story now. His name is John Bairo, and John Bairo does not, you can say, he is not a native of Armenia. He is an Assyrian. Assyria and Armenia, they are neighboring countries like India, Pakistan. And this man, John Bairo, he had come from Assyria and he started living in Armenia now, but he did not know how to speak Armenian. But because of loneliness, because he was suffering from loneliness in Armenia, he had learnt the Armenian language now. Because he was not able to converse, he was not able to speak to the other Armenians. So he had learnt Armenian. My mother brought the lonely visitor coffee and tobacco, and he rolled a cigarette and sipped and smoked. And this man, he came back, and he was having coffee and tobacco, and he rolled a cigarette and sipped and smoked. So what actually happened? These people, they were enjoying their coffee, and this was given by Aram's mother. And he was given coffee and tobacco, and he rolled a cigarette also, and he sipped and smoked. And then at last, sighing sadly, he said, my white horse, which was stolen last month, is still gone. I cannot understand it. Now what actually happened? This man, John Bairo, was really crying over a horse. He was trying to tell them that his horse was stolen last month. His horse, his white horse, was stolen some days ago, and maybe 30 days ago, and he was not able to get it anywhere. Now, this is the end of today's session. Tomorrow we'll start reading from the same place. Till then, stay safe. Thank you very much.